sniff sense essence, right? Hi, hi, hi.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. Nice
Can
to
you
finally meet
hear
you.
me?
Yes, clearly. I can hear you clearly.
Awesome, awesome. Nice
Great.
to be here. Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
me.
Thank you so much for doing this with me. We are supposed to we've planned this for the longest time, but I'm really glad we're actually doing it now. So you guys, thank you so much for joining us. Kindly let me know if you can hear us clearly just before we start. Please, if you
Yes,
can
so I
hear
need to
me.
know that everybody can hear me.
Yes, please, if you can hear myself and Segun, please just let us know in the comment section that you can hear us. And if there's somebody you know that needs to be here, please send them a DM or share this live so they can join us. If you can hear us clearly, please let me know in the comment section. Oh, great, great. You can hear. Right.
Yeah.
So we can dive right in. Like I said, today we're going to be talking about handling customers' complaints. And when it comes to this particular topic, the first thing that comes to my mind is who is at fault, who is wrong? Because when somebody comes to my DM and they say, vendors, yeah, I have to tell you something. No, this person did this to me. Now I'm in a dilemma because I'm like, okay, who's at fault? Is the customer at fault? Is the vendor at fault? So these are things we get to deal with on a day-to-day basis, especially having to run a vendor space, a business space. You cannot run away from these things. So guys, I'm just going to be opening the floor to Segun to introduce himself to us, tell us who he is and what he's about, and how we can handle customers' complaints effectively. Over to you, Segun.
All right, thank you so much, vendors here. My name is Segun Manuel, and I am popularly known as the Odogu of customer service. That's because I'm a certified customer service trainer. I've been in the business for over a decade, and I've worked with quite a number of people on how to effectively manage customers, thereby increasing profits or increasing interest, depending on where you are on the spectrum. So that's what I've done in the past decade, basically, to help businesses improve their customer service delivery. And that's why I'm here with you guys today to come and talk about how you can manage customer complaints effectively. And as you have said, you mentioned that customer complaints is something that is common.
Very common. Very common.
Where there is business, where there is customer, where there are people, there must be friction, and then when there are friction, there must be complaints. But how you manage complaints will determine whether customers will come back to do business with you or they will go away. Will determine whether they would, become loyal fans or they will write a negative review about you. Will determine whether they will come back to community to complain and say that that vendor that you vouched about is a terrible person to do business with. It will determine whether they will go to Instablog or which of the other blogs to say, never do business with this person again, how you manage them. But you see, one thing I want to set clear from the beginning here is that customers will complain. In any business relationship, there must be complaints. In any marriage relationship, there must be complaints. In anything that involves people, because of how we are as human beings, we are not all wired the same way. When we come together, there must be that friction. But how we manage it is key. And as business people, most importantly, customers pay you money. They bring their money to you to get a certain level of value. So if we give money, what we expect in return is that I'll get exact level of the money I'm paying, exact value, or even more than the value that I'm paying for. Mostly we expect more. People don't want to pay more to get less. They want to pay less to get more. And that's when we talk about customers exceeding the customer expectation. So the customer expects that if I'm paying 100 naira, I expect you to give me 110 or even 101, and not just 100 naira. When you give me 100 naira value for 100 naira that I pay, then you are barely meeting my expectation. When I define customer service for people, I tell them that customer service is going beyond the expectation of the customer. Can you still hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
So if we agree that customer service is going beyond the expectation of the customer, then it means that when the customer pays us 100 naira, we must give him 110 or 120 or 150 at the best.
Yeah.
So one thing we establish again is that A customer that comes to you to complain is not a customer that doesn't like you. It's not a customer that hates you. It's not a customer that hates your business. It's not a customer that wants to see you close. A customer that
Can you guys hear him? I think his network. Yeah, but back to what I was saying about customers' complaints. We're just going to wait for him to join us. Can you guys hear me? If you're still here and you can hear me, please let me know. Can you hear me? Oh, I think he had issues with his network. We're just going to wait for him to come back. Oh, okay, yeah, I think it's his network as well. So like I said, we're going to be looking at how to handle customers' complaints. I remember when I put out this post, somebody dropped a comment and she said, oh, that she's looking forward to this session because somebody requested for something in the exact size, and she now sent out the size that the person requested for, and the thing did not fit. In that type of situation, who is at fault? Because that's the first thing, you know, when something like this goes wrong, right? When there's a complaint, when business does not go according to plan, then everybody wants to push blames. Oh, who is at fault? Oh, is it my fault? Oh, as the vendor, me, I'll say, but I delivered what you asked me for. As the customer, I'm feeling like, oh, this person wants to cheat me. So the customer is always agitated. That is one thing I would always tell vendors. Your customer is always agitated. It's how you handle it that matters. I'm just going to send a request to him again, just in case, because I think we lost him there. Give me a minute, guys. I think it was his network. But yeah, so it's how you handle your customers that matters. If anybody is coming to tell you that you will do business and you will not have any complaint, or you're not going to have friction with somebody, then I would highly disagree, because human beings, we are very, very different set of people when it comes to existing. And the moment somebody's money leaves their hands and enters your own hand, just know that you have a service to render and you must deliver. Right? And as Segun rightly said, when a customer gives you 10 naira, what they are expecting from you is 11 naira. The service they are expecting from you is more than 10 naira. So great customer service is not just you delivering on what you said you would do. So if I'm saying I want to buy a shoe, great customer service is you going out of your way to make sure that I get the shoe and more. But in a situation whereby you do not come through for this customer and you expect that the person is just supposed to understand, right? And that is where you have a problem. And I see that on a day-to-day basis, where people will say, oh, I bought this thing from this vendor, I delivered, or the vendor delivered. The vendor would say, oh, I delivered. She asked for red and I delivered red, but now she's saying it's not red again, it's orange. Then who is at fault? In situations like that, you now find people, the vendor is arguing. Nobody is listening to anybody again. And one thing I usually say, once there is a problem with a delivery, let's say something went wrong somewhere, it's not the time to start pushing blames. It's not the time to start pushing blames. It's the time for you to now acknowledge that, okay, there's a problem. How best can we solve this problem? Because at that point, the customer does not even want to know. All the customer wants is problem. And some of you vendors, the problem you have is you're not even taking out time to pacify this person, to calm them down, to say, okay, I'm sorry about this, give me time. But everybody wants to be in the right. Nobody wants to take the fall for it. So you always see people arguing, you always see people quarreling. I think he's back now. Okay, I've accepted. Let's just wait for Segun. Okay, hi Segun. Yeah.
Oh, very sorry. I was hearing myself and I wasn't seeing you anymore, so I was on your end. So I was still going on and talking.
End. Yeah, but I can hear you now.
Okay.
Great.
Okay, fantastic. So where I think I stopped when I stopped hearing you was when I said that any customer that boldly comes to you into your DM to complain is not one who hates you, who's against you, who's against your business. They come to complain because they want you to be able to resolve the problem that they have. And when you resolve the problem for such customers, you have won a customer for life. You have won someone. So when one comes to complain, please don't see them as an enemy. Rather see them as one who complains is the one you should be afraid of.
Okay.
The customer who doesn't complain is the real problem, because you will not know where you are making mistakes. You will not know where to improve, because they will not tell you. Rather, they will go out, go into their WhatsApp stories, go into their Instagram, go to Twitter, go to any of these blogs, and then complain about what you're doing. I'll come to vendor's yard and go back and say, oh, that vendor is terrible.
Yes.
But they will never tell you. So every time a customer complains is an avenue for you to learn more. So customer complaints are avenues for you to learn and grow. In fact, customer complaints are an avenue for sustainability of your business. Why do I say that? Why do I say it's an avenue for sustainability? Because when they complain, you then learn what it is that you have done wrong, and then when you improve on that, your business improves from that point. So customer complaint leads to sustainability. There are brands that are surviving today, and they are only surviving because of improvement on the complaints of customers. So they make a soap, and the customer complains that it's too big. So they go back into the factory and make a new brand that is smaller. So now they have a big brand, and now they have a small brand. And the customers become endeared to them because they now see themselves as being in a relationship. That's what they call customer relationship management. You cannot manage the customer until you get into a relationship with him. You cannot get into a relationship with him until you are listening to him. You cannot get into that relationship with him until he's satisfied with you to the point that he doesn't feel ashamed. He doesn't feel like you're going to malign him when it comes to complaint. So he feels comfortable complaining to you, you know. You cannot expose yourself to someone who you are not comfortable with. You cannot be naked with someone who you are not, how they say it in the Bible now, in church, they say you are naked but not ashamed. You see, you have to get your customer to the point where he can come to you naked and not be ashamed and say, look, yes, I like your product, I like what you do. Yesterday you served me right, but today I don't like it like this anymore. There was a time where milk used to come in tins, it used to come in liquid format, and then they moved to powdered format. And then we got to the point where the economy crashed, and then people said, no, we can't buy this big one anymore. Put it in the point where we can buy. And they reduced to sachet. And now everything has been sachetized because, you know, businesses generally also make waves from selling to the lower level income people. Before now, people used to think that you must sell to the class here. But then the money is at the base. So I set that example to say that businesses who listen to their customers move from the point where the customer complaint now became a source of new business.
To them.
But it cannot become a source of new business until you are listening. So my first way of managing customer complaints effectively is number one, if you're writing, write it down, allow your customers to vent. Can you still hear me?
Yes, allow your customers to vent.
Allow them to complain. Create a room. In fact, institutions have, organizations have institutionalized the complaining channel. So they have a suggestion box. They have an email address. They have a Twitter handle where if you are not satisfied, rather than going to vendors yard to say it, come into our inbox. We'll receive it. Come into tweet at us. Call this phone number. You know, they institutionalize. So it's not a, oh, if you like or if you don't like. No, we know that this is the process. This is something. If you know that this is what is going to help to improve your business, why wouldn't you want to make it formal? So small business owners on Instagram, the idea of telling your customers no refund policy and putting the big red mark there is you telling them that I don't want to get into a relationship with you. I don't want to hear anything from you. Just buy and go away. All I want from you is your money. Look, if you collect my money today and I'm not satisfied, I will not bring my money tomorrow. And you must know also that businesses thrive from repeated patronage. So when people buy, come back again to buy, that's when businesses thrive. Because you know that they will spend a lot of money getting one customer. For everybody who does business, you know what it takes for you to get one customer to come in to buy. So instead of spending more to get another one, once one customer buys from you, they become a customer base that you have and can have for life, provided you treat them well and have a channel where you are listening to them. So I said, number one, allow them vent. Let them talk. That's what it means. Let them talk. Let them complain. You need this, that complaint. You need to hear the complaint, because if you don't hear the complaint, you will not know where you are doing well and not doing well.
Yeah.
So when you hear the complaint, you know, oh, well, I love the tiger nut. I just saw tiger nut lady now, so that's what I'm talking. I love the tiger nut, but it's too pepperish, or it's too sweet. I want it pepperish, so add more ginger. Even if some other people, because what we hear is that, oh, that thing that this customer is complaining of, the other customer likes it. So if some people like the peppery one, it means that you can now have a new product that says so. Customer complaints managed properly leads to product expansion.
Exactly.
Managed properly leads to product expansion. So if you have one product today and customers are complaining about, oh, this is not right about this product, and some other persons are liking this one, they can't do without it, say, without this one. Then next thing will be, let's develop a product with a twist. Look at Coca-Cola. They do it every day. Coca-Cola says, oh, our drink is sweet and is this. And some people say, oh, we want to diet.
Yes, we don't.
So Coca-Cola says, we can't lose you. We can't lose you to anybody else. We have something for you. So there's Diet Coke.
Yes.
They say, oh, I want to drink sugary stuff. Oh, yeah. In our brand, there is Fanta. I'm using that because this is something everybody understands. Oh, I'm the kind that needs a little lime and lemon. And they bring a drink that addresses that target audience. I can tell you, Coca-Cola did not start with all of these different products in one day. At once. So they were listening to the customer, allowing them to vent, taking that vent and then refining it and introducing a new product. You see, customer service doesn't end one day. It's a continuum. What you did today might not satisfy the customer tomorrow. So Coca-Cola knows. And first it was 35 CL. And we said 35 CL is not enough. Well, let me can finish 2 of the 35 CL. They said, okay, what do? We give you 50 CL. And when 50 CL complain, they say, okay. The bottle, you don't have a challenge of bringing it. Oh, let's do cans. And now people complain, cans are too expensive, we can't pay. All right, let's bring it to Pipex. And then they brought Pipex bottles. Can you still hear me?
Yes, clearly.
So, as a business owner, first thing you must do, formalize a channel of complaints. And then I'll never see a customer complaining as being in a battle against you. No, we're not in a battle against you. We are for you.
I really like what you just said. I think every business owner, right now, as you're talking, I'm just thinking the same energy we use in putting no refund policy, use it to create a complaint avenue to say, if you have a complaint, send us a DM.
This number.
If every business has that provision or makes that provision, all the dragging we see on Instagram, at least there'll be a channel to attend to them.
It will drop drastically. And see, you will only be dragged when you don't have a channel for us to complain, and then we go and do the complaining ourselves. We must always look for a place to vent. You know the thing about venting? Air must find its level, water must find its level. So if you don't create the channel for us to go through, we will then, and then that's why we now go to all the other blogs and all Twitter and go and do all the dragging there, and it becomes a negative thing for your brand. All right. So first, create a place for the customer to vent and formalize it. Let me go back to Instagram vendors. I know we have a lot of them on your platform. Instagram vendors that say no refund policy. My friend told me that you are not a reasonable person. Pardon my language. I don't want to listen. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear. Just buy and go away. I don't refund. Whether the thing fits you or doesn't fit you, whether it matches or it don't. Do you know what that means? That no refund policy means a lot of things. Insane society. When I buy from you, I enter a contract. When I buy from you, we have entered the contract. I've seen what you displayed, and I say it meets. And if it doesn't, there's supposed to be a recovery channel. You are supposed to create a channel to manage every complaint and all its lights. So when you say no refund policy, you have just said that
I
your
don't
business
want to
cannot
waste
thrive in the same
anything.
environment.
Yeah.
If Amazon, as big as Amazon, if what's the other one where people buy stuff? Jumia, Konga, all these other major and big brands can consciously and consistently create a place where people can go and complain. And as a matter of fact, they say in saner societies, when you buy and you get home with the product and you don't like it, they give you a number of days. How they talk about warranty and guarantee?
Yes.
When you
You
buy, you can come back and say, this thing doesn't fit the contract I entered in with you when I paid you this money. I don't think that this thing fits in the contract. I come back. Your company is supposed to, if not, you can be sued. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so create that thing. It shows that you are ready for global business. It shows that you are ready.
Yeah.
And for those who are doing uniform policy, it shows you are not ready. You are not ready to get into a relationship with the customer.
Yeah.
You don't want to do the relationship. So let's move on. Number 2 will be, after you allow them to vent, listen. Listen. Don't listen to respond. Listen to provide a solution. Let me twist it again. Don't listen to respond. Listen to resolve.
Yeah. Yeah.
Many people listen to respond. I want to tell the customer. I want to tell her that she's the one that is wrong. I want to tell her that I know my stuff. This hair is Peruvian hair. Undermining what you are thinking. This is this. I will show you that this is not today we start the business. The thing you must realize is that winning the war with the customer might mean you losing the battle in your business.
Yeah.
Winning the war with the customer might mean you losing the battle in your business. Can you still hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Clearly.
Oh, yes. Fantastic. So I said, winning the war with your customer might mean you losing the battle in your business. So telling the customer and say, oh, I told her, I showed her that she's the one that is wrong. And I showed her that our product, because you know, many vendors pride themselves as, I know this my business very well.
I know my
business. Yeah, you might think you know it very well, but then you need to provide clarity for your customer. The reason why you are in business is not because you know it very well. Yes, it's good for you to know it very well, but the reason why you are in business is for the customer to buy.
Yes.
And it's for the customer to be satisfied. And if the customer buys and is not satisfied, and you don't provide clarity to make her satisfied, you are failed.
You are failed.
So listen to resolve and not to respond. I can tell you many times what we see amongst vendors is that I want to show where I'm not. Yeah,
I've heard a vendor say, the way she spoke to me, even if I was supposed to change my mind, the way she spoke to me, I'm not changing my mind.
I will not change my mind anymore because of the way she spoke.
Yes.
So one thing people also don't know is that the customer is right. Always right. They might be confused. They might be annoying. They might be ununderstanding. They might be high-headed, but they are right. Because you know, in business, whether you like or which is something you must realize, the customer is king. And in the king's palace or in the king's domain, he's always right. Always right. The only problem you have sometimes is that you need to provide clarity for the customer. Clarity. So where there is confusion, where the customer does not have understanding, is because what you are delivering is different from what he's expecting. And to make your delivery to match his expectation, you know, they do it on Instagram now. What I ordered versus what I got.
That's what I got.
So you need to provide clarity so that you can match your delivery with his expectation. Where that is matched and then exceeded, that's where we say you have excellent customer service. But that cannot happen until you are listening to resolve.
Listening to resolve.
To resolve. Listening to resolve is listening to provide a solution, not listening to show your stand, not listening to show that you are better, Not listening to show that you won, but listening to resolve the problem. The problem is a little misunderstanding.
Yeah.
Oh, sir, we're very sorry about that. But you didn't put this button. You know, customers can be very heady. You put a product and then you put the price on the caption, even on the flyer, and a customer comes into your DM and says, so how much is it?
How much?
And the next thing in your mind is, are you for real? Did you read this thing at all? Did you look at the picture? And you know, in the work generation that we're in, you want to answer in a sarcastical way and say, please check that's the worst thing that happened to you. Please check the caption. You can't check the caption. He's the customer. He's the one that's going to pay. He's the customer.
He's the king.
So, he's king. And in his domain, he comes and everybody walks. He says jump and you say how high?
How high?
Because he's the king. Doesn't matter how much he's buying. And you know the thing about customers is that we talk a lot. Best way of marketing is mouth-to-mouth marketing. Best way of demarketing also is mouth-to-mouth.
Mouth-to-mouth. Spoil your business for you.
Same way. So if you attend to me wrongly right now, because maybe you don't know who I am, or maybe because you assume that, who is he? What does he know? Even if he doesn't buy, I already have this customer.
Another person will buy.
He knows people. He knows people. And you see, every complaint, but everyone listens when the king complains. So we listen to the customer. We ensure that we, hear, because when people speak, it is easy to get carried away with the chattering that is going on. But in the chattering, there's being able to
the network is we can't hear you clearly. Yes, that's because we can't hear you clearly. Is it possible? Is it possible for you to step out and step in again? Okay. Yes, it's good now. It's good now.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I'm switching between two networks. I don't want to call their names, but just so that we can get it clear. All right. So I said wisdom is being able to filter. All right. Wisdom is being able to filter the chattering when people complain and then get the crust of the gist. Because if I have a complaint about A, I'm not just going to talk about A. I'm going to talk about A, B, C, D. It is your ability to listen with the mind to resolve that makes you actually hear what the complaint is actually about. Take an example. When somebody's quarreling and complaining, most times you're wondering, so what is the matter? So what you're asking, what is the matter? I don't understand. You said this, you said this, you said this, you said this. What is the matter? If you don't listen very well, you will not hear where that complaining. And so I said in one of the posts that I made recently, I said, listening is the first point in customer service delivery. Your ability to listen, to hear what is not being said. Because it has been proven in communications that what we say is a few percentage of what we actually mean. We only list, what we are saying to cover most times the meaning of what we are saying. So it takes understanding, it takes wisdom, it takes a listening ear and a heart to resolve. So it moves me to the next point, which is having the heart of empathy.
Yeah.
You must have the heart of empathy. Empathy. You can't be in customer service without empathy. You can't be in business without empathy. Somebody will say, what's empathy? Empathy is, in simple terms, putting yourself in another man's shoes. Stepping into the position of the other person. So in this case, stepping in the position of your customer, having the empathy. If this was me, how would I have felt? If I buy a product that it doesn't size me and the vendor says no refund, how would I feel? I'll feel cheated. I will feel, what's the word now? I will feel 419. I will feel whatever language you want to use. So when you put yourself in that position that, if I buy something from someone, I should be able to go back and say, madam, I thought it was blue, but when I got home, because of the blue lights that you were using, I didn't know it was white. I can now see that it's white. Please, can I change it? I don't want to return it totally. Please, can you change it for me and give me some? Let me collect something else of the same value. You say no refund. Don't come near here. Whether you like it or not, you wanted sky blue, you go and use white. Manage it like that. If you like, you can come and buy again. So you think in my heart of hearts, I bought one and you didn't give me the right thing and you refuse to change it, and I will come back to you to buy again. I will not only not come back to buy, I will tell everybody in my WhatsApp group not to buy from you. I will tell all my family members not to buy from you. I will announce it in my church that nobody should get your shop. And that's how businesses die. Yeah, that's how businesses die. You see, they say bad news spreads faster. When you do well and nice, proper customer service, people are stingy. They keep it to themselves. I want to enjoy this. Whenever I buy from her, oh, she's the best. She treats me with so much care. I don't want too many people. When she has too many customers now, she will now start, not having time for me again. So they keep it to them. But when it's bad news, when you are not teaching them well, as they are going, the train they enter to get home, the cab they enter, they will share it with the keke man and say, that shop is just fine outside. Inside is terrible. The people there, bad attitude. As they get home, what happened? You are not looking happy. These people just bought my joy. They took my 10,000 naira and before you know it, you say it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's building. The customer reputation of you is your reality. It's hard. How they say it now? You do not have a second chance to make a first impression. Once the customer has that impression of you that you are a cheat, that you don't have integrity, that I can't trust you, that you want to swindle me of my money, you don't have any intention of entering a relationship with me, that becomes my reality of you. And I begin to share it. Because bad news spreads. When you do good, they hardly talk about it. But when you do bad, before you know it, they make a post on Instagram and tag you. Or who make a post and describe you for not tag you. So everybody can tell that you are the one they're talking about. But you don't even know that they're already judging you on the streets of Instagram. I know this generation, everybody can tear you apart. So I mentioned a few things from the beginning. I said number one, you should do what? Allow the customer to, so let me be sure people are following. Allow them to vent. And number two, listen to resolve. To resolve and not to respond. And number three, I said listen with
empathy.
With a heart of empathy. Let me say this again. There's a thin line between empathy and sympathy. There's a thin line between empathy and sympathy. Many of us as Africans don't know how to differentiate the two. We don't know the difference. So we think that one is the other. So I explained that empathy is putting yourself in the shoe of the other person. But empathy goes forward. Sympathy is, okay, so you bought this thing for almost 10,000 and it doesn't fit you.
And you don't get to anything.
Sorry, you could have bought the one that fits you now, and we have all the other sides. Empathy is feeling sorry, but not putting yourself in their shoes. Sympathy. It's feeling sorry. Sympathy, S. So it comes to the sorry. Sympathy is feeling sorry, but not intending to solve the problem. So empathy is feeling sorry with the mind of resolving. Empathy is feeling sorry with the mind of many Africans are sympathetic but not empathetic. You see, now let somebody have accident just like, and the video, and they take the video footage and say, he's a young man. Oh, look at him, he's dying. Sympathy everywhere. We can even cry. But let's carry him to the hospital. I'm not going to. If I carry him now, Oh, you are not putting yourself in the person's shoes. You are not intending to resolve. So, as a business person who wants to deliver proper customer service, your mind must have been moved up from just offering sympathy to empathy. And it's empathy that make you move to the next step, which is sincerely find solutions. Sincerely. You know, there are people who find solutions for you who are not, they just want to, please do and leave here. You are disturbing our, let the next customer come. You have seen people like that who are, they want to resolve, they tell you they want to resolve it. They don't want to resolve it because they really want to provide you, solution. They want to resolve it because you are disturbing them. They want to resolve it because you might give them a bad reputation. They want to resolve it because that's not who they are, but they have to do because Segun and Kemete talked about, customer service delivery. So we must pretend like we are delivering customer service, but deep down, and you should think about those kind of bosses. People that work with them know that my boss is not really interested in solving problems. So when they are not there, whatever you give to your staff, they multiply and give it back to your customer. So if you insult your customers behind their back in front of your staff, when you are not there, your staff will insult your customers with their food check. You will do it, in your closet. But your staff, they know that Oga will always insult. Oga not saying these people, don't mind them. They just, so they will multiply it. And when they come in front of your customer, they will tell them. And if your staff gets to the point where they can look at a customer and insult them and drag them and say all kinds of words to them, then I can tell you your business is going down just a matter of time. Your business is going down just a matter. Why is it going to go down? Why do I know it's going to? Why am I assured that it's going to go down? It's a principle. Once you get to that point where you don't value the people who you are here for, very soon the people will know that you don't value them. If I don't respect you, it just takes time. You will know that this Segun doesn't have value for me. You will know. You would know. If you are dating someone and the person is pretending, it's just a matter of time. And so customers will know. And once they know, over time, everybody will just walk away one after the other. And remember, I said, you are not doing the customer a favor by serving him. He's doing you a favor by patronizing you. He has options. There are options for you. There will always be options to you. Thank God for the internet age. If I don't have the option next door to you, I have the option on my phone. For every customer service trainer like myself that you need, there are 100 alternatives on Instagram, not even Google, not even YouTube. The number increases as you go to different channels. So for whatever it is you are doing as a vendor, thank you for everyone that is following me. Thank you so much. It shows that I'm delivering value. That's why you guys are following. But thank you. So that's how we do. So any business who gets to the point where you look down on your customer and say, because how much do you want to buy? 50? Please go from 15 naira changes to before you know it. People like to buy from where people are buying. I'll say that again. People like to buy from where it's called social proof now, social effect. Everybody wants to go to where everybody's going. So you see a church where everybody's going recently or currently, more people will go there. It's like a bandwagon effect. Once it starts, once the crowd starts going, the crowd keeps coming. Once everybody's going towards an influencer, everybody keeps going there. And after a while, once they start drawing through, like, I bet I leave that guy. And before in the rain. And that's how businesses are closed down. And that's why businesses in Africa, let me say this, okay, and it's very key that everyone listening here takes this. The reason why businesses are not sustainable in Africa is because we're not listening to our customers. Your father started a business. When he started it with friends and family. So the business was more like a family business. He was giving them loan. He was delivering to their houses. He was doing everything to make sure that he kept his customer. Then you went to school in Oxford or Harvard and came back and said that, oh, there are certain rules in business. So in business, we must not give you a loan more than 70%. What you did not realize is that your father sustained this business practically on his customer service delivery. My head want to catch fire. He sustained the business practically on customer service.
And the big
but now you come with the figures and the numbers, and before you know it, the business does not stay out. And people will say, oh, because the son's good abroad, he doesn't know anything. No. I've observed it's lack of customer service. So sustainability in business has customer service as its fulcrum. That's what
I have my pen.
Sustainability in business has customer service as its fulcrum. Or let's switch it. Customer service is the fulcrum of sustainability in business. Fulcrum is the basis, is the foundation, is the which other word now?
Is the center.
Is the gbogboloche of, is the center, is the nerve, is the heart of sustainability in business. So if your business must survive, then you must. I gave that example earlier on of soap where you get a soap today and it's 50 kg, and after a while they reduce it to 25 kg. Not because they want to make more profit. No, people are complaining that they can't hold the 50 kg. So you see, let me give you an example. Unilever, Nestle. What's that one? There are those. There are about 3 of them. You see, their products don't stay the same way for a long time. So they do Milo today. Tomorrow they do 1 3-in-1. Because it's not that people say, so I can't buy Milo and buy milk. I buy it's too much money. And they make more money that way. When you listen to your customer, you make money because customers don't want much. Can we say customers don't want much? Customers just want a little. They just want to show, they just want to see that you understand them and you are feeling them, you are moving in the direction. I said this thing and they did it. You know? So when they said, we want something that we'll just do one and everything will just, even Nescafe got to the point where they had to do 3-in-1 in Nigeria. See, the Nigerian market exposed them to that. Why do I have to buy the Nescafe and buy milk when there's no light for me to put my liquid milk inside food to sustain it? So give me something that I can just turn. And they listen and say, okay, the monies they make now from selling these minor products outweighs what they make from those their bigger products that they were selling, those luxury products. Have you discovered that as a coach, when you put your coaching program for 200,000, 150,000, people just look and pass. But have a discounted one where you are selling for 3,000 naira. There are 100 people in that class.
Yeah.
Why? Because they've seen that you have listened. They know you know that they like what you are doing. They want it. They want it. Yeah, I like this thing, but that price. So the day you listen and say, okay, my program is actually this, but I'm going to have a discounted one. Instead of 1 month, it's going to be 2 weeks, 3,000 naira. Before you know it, you have 1,000 people at 3,000 naira. How much is that? 3 million, coolly. And 3 days live like this. The same ginger and everything I'm using to do this. You do it for 3 days, your 3 million is in your account, coolly. I said that to say that listening empathetically and then, genuinely finding a solution for your customer would drag them and keep them with you. And when you keep them with you, you would have put them at the level where they can vouch for you. When you get the customer to that point where you resolve the problem he has without blaming him, it gets to the point where he becomes a raving fan. So there are people who are Arsenal fans today. Give Arsenal 100-0, they are still Arsenal fans. Because Arsenal gave them the joy one day where they won a treble. Arsenal win treble now. Where they had that unbeaten run that time. You watch football? Okay, so that Arsenal gave people that joy that time. It is the joy of yesterday that is keeping them today. Because presently they don't want anything. Same thing for your customer. The joy you give them by resolving that problem is what will keep them with you today and make them a raving fan. You need to get to the point where your fans, your customers become your ambassador. Woo. You don't need to sell anything. They are the ones telling people go and buy. They are the ones telling people, I was in the class when Segun was there. Oh boy, the guy get ginger. If you want to do customer service training, Segun Manuel is the guy. Because I'm giving them free stuff already today, and they know that they have become my evangelist. Please, if you are in business and you don't have an evangelist who's evangelizing for you, we're all evangelizing Christ today. We're not seeing him, but we're evangelizing him because of what our relationship with him has done in our lives. We are telling people, come. So you must get your customer to the point where they become your evangelist. At that point is where you have really started business. Many of us now, we never start. We never start. We never start. You are selling, you are doing transactions, buying and collecting money, and the people that bought from you yesterday, are they still buying today? Or they have left because of how you treated them yesterday? If the customers who started with you from the beginning are not still with you today, it shows that something is not right. And then you need to get it right. You need to get it right because we don't want to be making new customers every day. It's good to have new customers, but it's also good to have them. Don't have a front door open and your back door open. That way you just become a conduit. They are coming and they are going. And you see, when they buy from you and you do not do well, they will go and buy from somebody who is not advertising but your competitor. So you are now working for your competition.
At all.
And that's not business. That's not business. So please, if you follow these points that we have mentioned, I saw a question someone asked. I just to quickly address, and then hopefully it addresses his question. And also, if there are any other questions from here, we should be able to take some of those. But he said that when you did the post, he said he sold something. I can't remember how the question was.
A customer sent a DM and requested for a particular size of an item, right? And she delivered that exact size, and the customer came back to say that it did not fit. So she wants to know who is at fault. She wants to know who is at fault because it's a first-time customer and she really wants to keep her customers happy.
So, from all the things I've said, what is the idea of wanting to know who is at fault?
I was saying that we shouldn't focus on who is at fault. We should focus on preferring solutions.
Focus on resolve. What I see from there is that there's a misunderstanding. There's a lack of clarity. Something was not mentioned. If it was mentioned, somebody didn't hear well. And that is why we have agreements. Even in those agreements, you make room for your customer. Never make your customer look like he's the one at fault. Or never make your customer look like the one that made a mistake. Yes, you made a mistake, but we're here for you. We're here to make sure that your mistake is covered. We cover the mistake. When you're dealing with the customer, don't make rules. Build systems. Rules are that it must be like this. Now, so we did one without end. Now, so it be from beginning to the end. No. When you're dealing with the customer, have systems. Systems encompass rules, but then in systems, we can bend a rule provided it's still within the system to satisfy the customer. This is deep. Don't have rules. Say if you don't get the alert in our accounts, we cannot deliver the product. So I bought products worth 2-point-something million, and from your judgment, if you look at me, maybe I bought from you before, or even I've not bought from you before. You know me on Instagram. You've seen my page. You can tell, you can judge that some level of integrity. But I say, madam, our policy, I hear that a lot. Our policy, we must see the alert first. In this time of naira scarcity, when you pay money with any bank today, these 3 days that you appear, you will see that I will stay in your shop till you get the alert. Okay, madam, no problem now. Take your goods back. When you see the alert, this is my account number. Send it back. Who lose? Hey, Kudi Secret is here.
Hi, Mama.
Kudi Secret is here. Welcome. So, who use it when you are trying to, follow a policy. So I said that to say that your rules are here, but then the rules are made
the
for
rules
the
are
people,
made for
not
the
the. Not how they talk that in.
yeah.
The rules are made for men and not meant for the rules. So the rules,
Yeah.
we can bend it to suit it.
Yeah.
Don't make rules, use systems. Your systems will be able to check and make sure that your rules are in place. Not every customer can come and sit. Say, no, we don't do online. You must come, you must walk into the store. Who told you I have time to walk into your store? You want some people to come and see me there? There's some people that cannot walk into your store, but they can buy everything in your store. Pay you 2 times. So have flexibility and a system that checks. So back to that question, don't find who is at fault. You are here to serve the customer. You are here to service the customer. Service them.
Yeah.
Sometimes service might mean massaging their ego. Sometimes service might mean you putting your ego at check. Sometimes service might mean that you go look on more eye. Because sometimes you see this customer and you be like, can you imagine? If not that I'm selling pants and bra, like this. Who is this one to talk to me? You can't talk to me like this. But then that's why you are here. You are here to serve. Oh, serve, excellent, and enjoy it. One of the things I teach when I teach my customer service training is about you having enthusiasm about what you do. Can you imagine that I do not have enthusiasm? Yeah. Someone would have left the call. You two would have been saying, okay, so it's about time now. We said 45 minutes, so this is 5 minutes already. But we are still ready and eager to go on and on. So you must have enthusiasm for what you do. Enthusiasm is the electricity of life. It shows that you enjoy. I love what Kudis does when she's selling her stuff. You can tell that she loves what she does. If you have been in my class, you can tell that I enjoy, talking about customers. I can talk about this 5 hours straight. That's what I like to do. That's what I love to do. I'm enthusiastic about it. It's my passion. Many of you business owners are not passionate about what you do. You are just doing it. Make a come up for house. August, I know they do anything. And before I go jackpot, I'll be doing this one first. So every little thing gets at you. A passionate man is not offended by people attacking what he's passionate about. Woo! A passionate man is not offended. It is those that don't have passion that are easily irritated, easily. Next thing we are crying. You imagine the way they can talk to me. Yeah, human beings. When you are dealing with human beings, one of the things that is constant is that they must misbehave. Human beings. That's human nature. I tell people when I do customer service that one of the hazards of customer service is that you are dealing with people and people can be different. The thing you do for a Kemote that pleases her will not please me. When I went for a training in the supermarket, some of my class, the attendees at the class shared that they normally would walk up to, after profiling the customer and they see that this is obviously an elderly, wealthy person, walk up to him and walk with a basket and try to help him or her get what he wants. And some people will actually demand for it and say, please, get the basket and follow me. Can't you see I'm a chief? And they will do that. But they would also walk up, same thing. They walk up to some other person and the person will be like, why are you following me? What's the meaning of this? Are you saying I'm going to steal something? You are escorting me? If I steal anything, do I look like I cannot pay for anything? Same action, different people, different response. So that's the hazard you face when you deal with people. It's easier to work with machines. Machine, you put it on one way until you put it off, or maybe there's a fault with the machine. But human being, you can't put it on. Even God had challenges with Adam and Eve. Made them, gave them instruction. They do as they like. You never expect that your customers will behave in a certain way. And that's why you are in business. To say, I'm going to serve you, but then I'm going to charge you premium because I'm going to be, making sure that you are pleased. And for me to make sure that you are pleased, despite your response, your attitude, you are going to pay me. So you're going to pay me and you're going to pay me premium. And that's where I'm going to land this evening. If there are any questions, please feel free to ask. Was I able to deliver?
This has been very, very wonderful, if I do say so myself, because I have my daughter. I usually take note of things because during the course of this week, I'm just going to be sharing out nuggets from this session, so other people that were not able to join will be able to learn from it, and I'm really really impressed, if I do say so myself. And I believe that a lot of people have learned a thing or two, really. And anyway, one thing for sure, I believe every business owner should do is to create an avenue for customers to complain, right? And because a customer complains does not mean that they hate you. A customer, they are not crazy. I know we have a lot of people that are funny, but they will complain because they are not comfortable. It's like a child. If a baby is crying, it means something is wrong somewhere. So you need to pay extra attention to find out what the problem is.
Exactly.
And that's where me too, I'll leave it here. I'm just going to leave it here because I don't want us to exceed an hour. I don't want us to exceed an hour so that I can share this video. So if you missed this, I'm going to be sharing the replay. So please go back and watch it. I know the network wasn't fantastic, but still, value is value. Take your time, be patient, and listen. Watch this video. Go and follow Segun Manuel. See, this guy is loaded. This is the very first time I'm speaking to Segun one-on-one, and I'm really, really impressed. So do well to watch this video. If you have questions, I'm so sorry we cannot address them now. Please send a DM to either myself or Segun. Maybe in the nearest future, we might have something else like this, just so that we're able to keep up, because customer service is very vital in every business. It is the heart, it is the brain, it is the center of a business. And if you lose it, and if you do not have it, then I wonder how you intend to thrive. So I'm just going to leave it there. Thank you so much, Segun Manuel. This has been very, very helpful. You guys, please drop thank you in the comment section. It's not only me that will be saying thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So I'm just going to
Thank
be
you for
sharing
having me.
this video. Please do well to follow Segun Manuel. If you have to train, not if, you have to train your staff. One thing Segun said was that if you're not doing a great job, then imagine what your staff will do when you're not there. It's what they see that they will follow. So if what you're giving is 1, they will give 1. If what you're giving is 100, they will give 100. And don't forget that your customers are expecting, if they are giving you 5 naira, they want 6, 7 naira from you. So you have to go above and beyond to make sure that they are comfortable. I'm just going to drop this mic here, because if I'm going to talk, I'm just going to keep on talking. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Don't forget to watch the replay. Thank you so much, Segun, once again. I look forward to doing this with you in the nearest future. Thank you. Bye, guys.
Thank you.